Have you ever wished that you could just make some money in an instant? Well, what if I told you that some people have actually become millionaires by purchasing the right domain name, or by finding some junk at a garage sale, or even by just having the right name? Yep, even just having the right name can make you millions instantly. Don't believe me? Well, let's just hop right into it then. Back in the summer of 2013, Horseshoe Casino in Cincinnati, Ohio was doing a promotion where they would give out million-dollar prizes to customers that came to the casino during the summer. On August 10th, they did a name drawing for the grand prize and drew out the name Kevin Lewis. Kevbot was obviously stoked. He went to collect his prize and left $1 million richer. But here's the crazy part. During the verification process, the casino found out that they had actually given the money to the wrong Kevin Lewis. Apparently, another person named Kevin Lewis had actually won the prize, but was not in attendance to pick up the prize money. Luckily, the casino decided to give both Kevin Lewises the $1 million prize due to the mix-up, so our fake Kevin Lewis was still able to come up with his big jackpot. This next accidental millionaire can show you that sometimes forgetting Father's Day can truly pay off. We're just kidding. Always remember your dad on Father's Day. He deserves a world. Probably. Anyways, back in 2015, a woman named Debbie Mora from Pennsylvania completely forgot to get her husband Joseph a gift for Father's Day. Joseph had been a truck driver for 31 years at that point and was looking forward to his retirement in a little over 7 months. Debbie handed her daughter a $20 bill and told her to run to the grocery store around the corner to get her dad a scratch-off lottery ticket. When Joseph came home that evening and scratched off the lottery ticket, he found the jackpot of $1 million on the ticket. I think it's safe to say that this dude retired a little earlier than he expected. Alrighty, next up on our list is a dude by the name of Richard Knoll. In 2015, our boy Dick had a $100 bill burning a hole in his pocket, but really Dick needed a few $20 bills burning a hole in his pocket. So Richie did what anyone would do. He went to a convenience store around the corner and bought a couple of scratch-off tickets so he could get change for his 100. Turned out pretty well for the guy because one of the tickets ended up having the $10 million jackpot. The store clerk didn't end up with too shabby of a payday either, because she got a haul of about $50,000 for selling the winning ticket. Look, now I know some of you may be out here watching this video looking for some get-rich-quick schemes in order to bring in some extra cash, but us over here at The Richest certainly cannot recommend you spending loads of cash on scratch-off lottery tickets like our last two big winners did. And you know what? I think the next person on our list felt the same way. Back in 2016, Glenda Blackwell of North Carolina confronted her husband about his nasty habit of buying too many scratch-off lottery tickets. Rightfully so, Glenda was not too happy with the amount of money he was wasting on worthless pieces of paper. Let's just say the couple was going toe-to-toe for a good part of the evening, and it got to a point where Glenda decided to prove her husband how worthless these scratch-off lottery tickets were, so she bought one for herself. She scratched the ticket in anger only to find out that she had won $1 million from the ticket. Okay, so it worked out for Glenda too, but don't be going around buying out every gas station in sight for their scratch-offs now. But now that we're done with our scratch-off lottery winners, I swear this next guy came across his fortune in a more wholesome way that didn't involve gambling. Anyways, next up we have a guy by the name of Richard James. Ricky Boy was a Navy tool worker back in the 1940s. One day while he was working at the shop, a coil fell off of one of the workbenches. He thought it looked pretty fun falling off the bench, so he decided to bring it home to his kids. It became such a hit that he and his wife Betty decided to market it as the Slinky, and they made millions of dollars in a short amount of time. But this story for Richard does not end up in all sunshine and rainbows. Unfortunately, our dude Rick gave up all of his Slinky money to a religious cult outside of Bolivia in the 1950s and died completely broke. But Betty was clearly smarter than Rick and decided to remarket the Slinky after he died, which led to her becoming a millionaire all over again. Betty, you're the GOAT. If there are goats in the Slinky world, that is. Oh, what's up, Chris Clark? Name sound familiar, guys? Probably not. But nonetheless, we're talking about him next on our list. Christopher was a dude who hopped on the internet bandwagon early on. Back in '94, right at the dawn of the internet era, No one really knew what to do with this thing called the internet, but our guy Chrissy had a stroke of genius. He decided to buy the domain name www.pizza.com for a whopping $20. He didn't really know what he was going to do with the domain, but he knew that he should buy it. But 14 years later, in 2008, Chrissy Boy sold www.pizza.com for a crazy $2.6 million. To this day, it's one of the largest domain name payouts to an individual. But I gotta be honest, this domain seems to be going to waste. I mean, just look at this half-assed website. But everyone loves pizza, right? You know what everyone also loves? Bikinis. And that's exactly what this guy did to make his millions. After Thales Panagides graduated from Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana with a business degree, he flew down to Sao Paulo, Brazil to start a small internet provider. The company started off working in an office by the beach, but as it grew, Panagides was not making as much money as he thought he deserved, and they got a new office space off the beach in the heart of the city. Our guy decided he wanted to find a way to be closer to the beach but still make loads of cash. So he decided to experiment to see if he could sell anything in particular near the beach. So what did he do? He bought a few bikinis from a factory nearby and put them up on eBay one night. By morning, he had sold all of the 8 bikinis he had put up on eBay. This sparked www.brazilianbikinis.net, which has been a top provider of bikinis worldwide and has made Panagides millions. And we gotta say, it does not sound like too shabby of a lifestyle to just live on the beach and sell bikinis. Alright, let's move on, come on. Next up, we have a guy by the name of Leo Gao. Gao owned a gas station in New Zealand with his mother and lived fairly comfortably. In 2009, he decided to apply for overdraft protection at his gas station, and he was approved $100,000 by the bank. However, an error occurred at the bank and he was given 100 times the amount he was supposed to get. Gao decided to keep it hush except with his girlfriend and deposited some of the money quickly into his bank account, and then he put the rest of the money into bank accounts in Hong Kong and China. He and his girlfriend decided to move to Hong Kong and live it up with their new money. But it all came crashing down pretty quickly when the bank found the error, and then Gao was extradited back to New Zealand and pled guilty to 7 counts of theft. Yikes, dude. Have you ever stopped at a thrift store and just thought to yourself, what the hell is all this junk? Well, get into your Macklemore mindset, because clearly one man's trash can be another man's come up. And that's exactly what happened to the next person on our list, Terry Horton. Horton was formerly a truck driver from California that ran across an unusual painting at a thrift store. The painting was huge and extremely abstract, so at a measly price of $5, Horton decided to pick it up. She later had it appraised by a forensic expert who confirmed that this was an original painting by the famous abstract artist Jackson Pollock. Horton has been offered $9 million for the painting, but guess what? She's turned it down. She believes that she can get upwards of $50 million for the painting, and many experts believe she'll actually get her asking price at some point. Keep popping tags, Terry. Speaking of unusual places to find sought-after art pieces, let's move on to our next guy, Rick Norsegian. Ricky is an art collector and regularly scours garage sales for his collection. One day back in 2002, he was at a yard sale when a couple of decaying boxes caught his eye. They were filled with old glass photographic plates. He got them appraised and they turned out to be the long-lost photos of the great Ansel Adams. After paying $45 for the boxes at first, many experts believe that Norsegian could get up to $200 million for the collection once he sells the entirety of the plates. Look, we know leaving for college can be hard. You move away from home and friends, you're living on your own for the first time, and you realize how quickly you can become broke. All of these things really rang true for high school buddies Josh Abramson and Rick Van Veen. The two friends went to different colleges but still wanted to keep in touch. This was back in 1999, so cell phones were not on the average Joe's radar yet. So what did Abramson and Van Veen decide to do? Start a website where they could upload funny stories, photos, videos, and jokes. Seriously, these dudes were DMing memes to each other way before anyone else. Oh wait, did I forget to tell you what the name of the site was? The two friends decided back in 1999 to call their site collegehumor.com, which we're pretty sure you've heard of once or twice. The site gained a lot of traction within their friend groups and then within their friends' friend groups. 6 years later, the website had around 8 million users and became one of the most popular original comedy websites on the internet. Today, the two friends are a little ways from still being in college, but that doesn't really matter because their company's net worth is in the millions.